There is lots going on in this 3D printing room, and my printers are barely stopping. I have been working like crazy between the two businesses, but I wanted to take a pause and make just a short video to tell you about my first experience with a holiday season in the 3D printing business. Maybe you will find something that will be helpful for you to get through the rest of the busy holiday season. Welcome back to Design and Forge Studios, Print to Profit. My name is Ashley. Let's get into it. So, I am working with my printers around the clock essentially right now. And in order to make sure that everything is going smoothly, I try to focus on custom orders during the day and longer print orders overnight. So, right now, for instance, behind me on the 1A1, I just started some bigger crystal dragons. There's a couple on there. They will print all night long. They're great on the bed, they're nicely adhered. The first couple hours will happen while I'm awake, and then I am good to let them print throughout the night. My other A1 machine right now, though, is working on a couple custom ornaments. Those don't take as much time, an hour to an hour and a half. So obviously, I work on those throughout the day. But as soon as this one is done, that machine is also going to get onto some crystal dragons. I know a lot of people scoff and roll their eyes at all the dragons that people print. This one here is my biggest seller for dragons. I printed a whole ton of them at markets. This one's only about 6 inches long. I sell it for $8. It's an easy print. It's a fairly quick print, but I am printing some bigger ones because I do have people asking for it. And the nice thing about the dragons is that they print so nicely in the multicolored filaments. I can do a few at a time, and then I can say, hey, everybody, this is what I have. I will post to my Instagram, and then people will tell me what they want from the ones that I have available. I don't have a website to do any of the ordering for my 3D prints right now. Everything that I do is either in person at markets or online through my Instagram. And I am very lucky that so far my Instagram has continuously been building up. I've actually gained almost 100 new followers in just the last month, thanks to the couple local markets that I did, word of mouth, all the Elf on the Shelf prints that I've had going out, and that has helped to continue to bring in more orders. In the new year, I plan to really focus more onto that Instagram account when I'm able to and the time allows for it. In the meantime, while I'm just trying to get through this crazy holiday season, I'm just putting up a couple posts here and there of things that I'm able to print that I have that people can grab maybe last minute so that they know what their options are, but I'm not overwhelming myself. Every morning, I'm waking up to messages from Facebook Marketplace with new orders. I wait until I get my kids to school, I go to the gym, I can come home, I have my tea, I sit down in front of my computer. I will answer all of those messages at once, get all the orders confirmed and into my Excel spreadsheet so that I know what is going to be lined up for the next couple days. I only like to track orders in my Excel spreadsheet. It really helps to keep me on track so that I can just progress through all of the orders. Do you have something that you currently use to track your orders? Is it the old fashioned notebook and a pen, or are you using something online? No matter what it is, as long as it works for you, that's fantastic. As I mentioned, I am doubling my output, printing all night long, every single night right now. That is when all of my longer prints will go. And I am confident in my build plates. I'm going to take a pause here though and say I was very impressed with the bamboo cool tack plate when I first got it. I do still have it on the A1 Mini. I have stopped using it though on the A1, and that is because after just a couple prints, part of it actually lifted off, and I was really disappointed. The print was cool. I removed it the same way I have always removed prints from my other plates, and part of the actual plate removed with that print. Now, I will say I was disappointed when I reached out to Bamboo with this issue, and they said, well, the plates are consumable, buy a new one. I let them know I had only used the plate a handful of times when this happened, and I honestly was not impressed with their level of customer service for something like that, that for them, I'm sure doesn't cost that much money. Now, if this was me, I'm going to tell you how I run my business, how I run my bakery, and how I run this business. I talked about these crystal dragons. When I did a bazaar a couple weeks ago, I had some of these printing overnight. I think something actually did go wrong overnight that night. I don't know if the temperature dropped way down in this room, but a couple of the dragons weren't very good. And two of them broke for me at the table. I had checked all the other ones and they seemed fine. I sold one, Mom came back to my table maybe 30 minutes later and showed me that it was broken. I could have said, well, you know what? You break it, you bought it, you left the table, it's yours. But that's terrible customer service, and that's going to come back on me. I didn't have the bright rainbow colored one that she wanted at that bazaar on the spot. So I said, don't worry, I'm going to go home tonight. I will get more printed. I will let you know when it's ready, because she thankfully lives right around the corner from me. The very next day, I had a brand new one in perfect shape, printed, ready to go. And she has ordered 3 more times from me in the last 2 weeks because of that. Customer experience is everything. I am a small business. If I am able to do that for my customers, why can Bamboo, making all the money that they are making, not do that for their customers when it's something as small as a build plate? So I no longer recommend Bamboo cool plates. I am back to the BIQU plates. I have had excellent luck with the BIQU cool plates over the last several months. I thought the Bamboo one was great when I first started with it. The adhesion was amazing, but with small prints, it actually has too much adhesion. The BIQU ones are just right. So, BIQU, if you're listening, I would love a couple more as backup, but they are fantastic plates. So, I take back my previous recommendation for those Bamboo plates. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So with that, I trust those BIQU plates overnight. It actually was the Bamboo plate that those dragons were on when it failed too. The BIQU plates, I don't get failures overnight. They're always nice and clean and ready to go. I have nice overnight prints with them and no problems when I come down in the morning. I'm also working on bundling things for my customers. So I had an Elf on the Shelf accessories bundle where I was selling things individually, but I said, hey, grab the whole bundle and it's, X amount of dollars. I think it was $3 cheaper than if you grabbed everything individually, which is easy enough for me because lots of people were ordering the full sets and I could just be printing multiples of every item at the same time. I am also working on stocking stuffer bundles where there are items that you can color. And I had actually thought ahead of time and pre ordered a bunch of these mini marker sets, I think from Temu, perhaps. And these are going out with all of those stocking stuffer kits. There's other ways that you can use things like this. You can be printing the Christmas tree ornaments. You can print bookmarks that people can color in. There's lots of different things that you can offer where you're adding something that maybe you're only getting for $1 or two, upping that price because now you're able to offer this whole package solution for them. You can also do this with teacher gifts if you have something in mind for that. Maybe again, it could be something as simple as a bookmark that that person's child can actually color themselves and gift to the teacher. Still usable for the teacher, but it's something that it's then a little bit more personalized because the child actually colored it themselves. So think about ways that you can work intentionally in your business by bundling things together and not just randomly with a bunch of different little things. If you're still here watching, thank you so much. Leave a like and a comment. What is keeping your printers busy this holiday season? What are you going to do differently next holiday season as you continue to grow your business through 2026? Subscribe to the channel. I am on here all the time trying to drop great business tips and tricks to help you to grow your 3D printing business. Something I am not doing during this holiday season is experimenting because there isn't any time to experiment. So I want to really make sure that I am taking care of my time. So I am not going to experiment with any new filament, any new print settings that I don't already have dialed in. I'm going to work with what I have, what I know, so that I can be more efficient and not running into any print failures every day. Thankfully, I haven't really had many print failures at all during this holiday season. My printers, knock on wood, have been running smoothly. Nothing has been broken, and I feel very lucky for that because I have certainly run into my share of problems with them in the past. Other things that I am doing to try and keep things running smoothly in here is I'm staying on top of my packaging. So if most of my stuff, like I said, is all local pickup, I do have a cabinet on the porch of my home, and all of my pickups go inside of that cabinet. People can leave cash inside a locked mailbox if they want. I will take an e-transfer payment to my bank ahead of time also, but I make sure that when orders are done, they're packaged, they get a name label on it, it goes into the cabinet, it's out of the way, I don't have to worry about it. I've only had to mail a few things this holiday season. I'll get those things ready to go, make one trip to the post office, but most of the time I'm really grateful that my pickups are happening right from home. I don't actually even need to go all the way over to the mailbox. Another thing that I'm doing right now to help me for next season is I am keeping track of what is selling. So I do take all of my orders in Excel spreadsheets, but I am outside of that keeping track of the most popular items because I don't want to go back through line by line in that entire spreadsheet to see what is selling. So just in a book, old fashioned pen and paper, I am keeping track of the best sellers so that I can plan better ahead of time for next year. Maybe I'm going to start printing earlier. Maybe I'm going to start coming up with different ideas earlier, but it will just allow me to grow bigger and better next year. And the last thing that I want to talk about is not necessarily something that I'm doing right now, but something that I am planning for, and that is a post holiday rest week. I actually take 2 weeks off at the start of the year from the bakery every single year just because November and December is so exhausting and I'm on my feet so much. This has been the best year by far in terms of time management for me in the bakery, which is crazy to say because I added a second business into the mix. But I do actually have more of my own time and more time with the kids that I am enjoying this year. And that is because I changed how I was doing things. So after New Year's, at the start of the year, I will take a week off out of this business. I'll take 2 weeks off out of the bakery. And at that point, I will look back on the year, think about what changes I can make in both businesses, how I can improve them, how I can become more efficient. But I'm also going to have days where I don't think about either business. I'm going to read, I'm going to watch movies with the kids, we're going to go tobogganing, but I'm going to get out and just have some fun and enjoy it and really relax after a super busy couple months in both businesses. So if you've made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. Tell me what is getting you through this holiday season. What are you thinking about putting in place to get through the next holiday season even better? Drop a like, give us a subscribe, stick around so that you can see more videos on how to grow your 3D printing business. Until next time, happy printing!